Good morning. We are extremely pleased that you're here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree?
Yes.
You do. You are knowing what you are wanting?
Yes.
Are you enjoying the expansion of your desire? Yes. Yes, the answer is yes. Do I love contrast? Oh, give me all of it that I can stand. You like focusing?
Yes.
That's really what your thought process is about, isn't it? It's the focusing of energy, which is really the molding of the creative clay, yes? The variety that surrounds you is what helps you to determine your personal preferences. Do you think there is value in your personal preferences? Do you think it matters what you think? And do you think that as the variety surrounds you, that what you think comes into focus because of the variety? In other words, could you come to any clear personal conclusions about what you prefer? Could you make a decision if there weren't choices? And can you tell by the way you feel which choices appeal to you most? And do you know why you have a feeling response? Do you know why some things feel like a good idea and some things feel like not such a good idea? Do you know why red flags go up when you hear certain people say certain things? Or do you know why you feel uneasy when you come across some thoughts while you feel open and exhilarated when you come across others? Do you understand why? Why you have these feeling responses? It's all part of your awareness of how you're molding the clay. But do you understand what the emotional process, what is that guidance? It is guidance. What's that guidance that emotions are giving to you? What's it all about? What's being compared to what? Why do some things feel not good and some things feel good? Is it simply because your selfish nature is being satisfied with some and you're being put out with others? That's not it. How does anyone make a decision about anything? We don't know. We're going home. Well, the reason that we start here in this sort of strong, quizzical place is because we think it is of value for you. And the sooner you get to this place of understanding what your guidance system is about, then the more effectively you can use your guidance system, yes? You are more than you see here in these physical bodies. But what you see here matters. It's important. It's important to you, and it's important to all of us. Because you are the leading edge of creation. Most of you are too modest to accept that. Most of you, in your not getting precisely what you're wanting, or in your sometimes not feeling so good, make an assumption that is not accurate. You assume that there's something much more important than you moving around in the universe that you're striving to accomplish, but that's not true. You are leading edge creators, and what's surrounding you and causing you to come to personal conclusions is a big deal. It matters a lot. It's why you come forth. It's why you are willing to focus consciousness into this time-space reality. And we always like to add the words leading edge time-space reality. And the reason that we want you to feel appreciation for your part in this leading edge creation is because you are out here exploring variety and coming to personal conclusions and weighing, whether you know that you're doing it or not, whether it's happening consciously or unconsciously, you are weighing this new decision that you have come to against the for sure solid source-based conclusions that you've come to before. It's like moving forward and finding a basis or a platform that is accurate, that is law-based, that works, that is love-based. And then evaluating the new things that come to you against that standard. So you were source energy before you came into this physical body, and the larger part of you still is. Well, what does that mean to me, Abraham? So I was source, but I am this, and what I am now is all that I know. So why do you bother to tell me what I was when what I am is all that I know? Well, we tell you because you can feel what you am in relationship to what you are from a source energy standpoint. By the way, your emotions feel to you because your emotions are your indication of your blend or resistance, of your agreement or your disagreement. So in simple terms, from non-physical perspective, that larger part of you who still vibrates and beams to you and knows you and holds the vibrational core of you, that part of you is pure love. Now, we hesitate a little bit to use the word love because most humans don't have a clue what love is. For most people, love is something they want that they don't have enough of. So it's an absent-based sort of thing. But love meaning well-being, security, appreciation. The source of you is pure love. So when you hold someone or something, a concept or a person or an experience, when you hold it in your physical format as your object of attention, you're getting immediate vibrational, which you translate as emotional feedback about what your perspective is in relationship with the perspective that you've been garnering over all of your existence, your perspective of all that you've come to. And we want you to know that perspective that we're talking about there just happened again just now, because when you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. You send a rocket off about what you prefer. When you're sick, you want more wellness. When you're confused, you want more clarity. When you don't have enough money, you want more money. When you feel financially behind, you want to be financially ahead. In other words, this contrast in which you are living is causing you to send these vibrational rockets of desires all day, every day. But it's not only a rocket of desire. It's a rocket of becoming. It's a rocket of evolution. It's a rocket of expansion. It's the larger part of you expanding to this new place. And as that larger part of you expands to that new place, you have an emotional feedback that's letting you know right here, right now, based upon what you're thinking, what you're giving your attention to, what's activated within you. What is the activation of me right now in my physical body in relationship to the huge activation of who I am, the whole activation of who I am, the ongoing activation of who I am, the source energy activation of who I am, the God force activation of who I am, the true me and who I have become through all that I've lived. I wasn't before I came into this body, but it became more as a result of me being in that body, that leading edge, furthest, most expanded version of source energy me. I'm getting feedback right here, right now. So then the next question that we asked you was, how do you think you're doing, or are you doing it consciously, forming your beliefs? How do your beliefs come? In other words, contrast causes you to become. But how do you think your beliefs are coming about? And we want to say to you that for most humans, your beliefs come about from your observation of things going on around you. So your desires are formed that way too, but who you really are radiates from that exposure to that contrast. But often, your beliefs don't make that same jump. But relative to your beliefs, and your belief is the only thing that keeps you from being a vibrational match to your desire. And what is a belief anyway? A belief is just a thought you keep thinking. A belief is a habit of thought. A belief is a pattern of thinking. It's getting a vibration going and law of attraction keeping it going because you're making no effort to change it in any way. So what happens is your desires are born easily out of your exposure to life, but your beliefs aren't changing so fast as your desires. And in most cases, it is simply because you're not aware that you have the ability to change your beliefs. You think that what is just what is. And if it is, then you ought to believe it. If you want to be factual and truthful and evidential, in other words, you shouldn't lie to yourself, is what most people say. Esther has said to us through the years, but Abraham, it's true. And we have teased her. Because something is true doesn't mean that it is something that you're wanting to give your attention to, because giving your attention to it causes you to hold yourself in a vibrational frequency that holds you often in negative emotion, and most important, doesn't allow you to be who you really are. So now it makes a little more sense to you what we were probing at, doesn't it? So let's start again. Do you enjoy the evolution of your desire? And do you understand that your desire is always being felt by you emotionally in relationship to your belief, which is only a thought that you keep thinking? So if you want something and you doubt it, how does it feel? Terrible. You say, I felt better before I wanted it. I wish I could bring my desire back over here. But you can't. You can't stop your expansion. The only thing that you can do in order to maintain your alignment with your constant becoming is you've got to be flexible in your beliefs. And most people are not that flexible. You're not that flexible in your beliefs because there's something that you've picked up somewhere along your physical trail that says, I worked hard to come to this opinion and I'm not changing it, even though it doesn't serve me well at all. And when you think about it, there are a lot of things that you believe that you think you have no choice at believing because they are, and you don't want to be a liar. You don't want to be delusional. We want you to, but you don't want to be. And so we want to talk about changing beliefs. We want to talk about why you might want to change a belief. But more important, we want to talk about focusing on the beliefs that serve you. And in doing so, in the lack of focus on the beliefs that don't serve you, they will peter away. And as you let more and more of those unnecessary, unhealthy, unproductive, and unhelpful to you beliefs, as you let them fade away, then you're no longer doing that thing you do that is introducing resistance into your vibrational pattern that's keeping your desires from being pure. So all day today, we're going to be talking about focusing. And everything that we've ever offered to you has been about helping you allow who you've become to come forward into your experience more clearly. So when I focus upon something and I say, I really don't like that, in my awareness that I don't like it, I am sending a rocket of what I do like, and that rocket is received by the larger part of me. Some time ago, we wrote a book. Best title ever given to a book, Ask and It Is Given, because it speaks so clearly to how it works for you. When life causes you to know what you don't want, it causes you to ask for what you do want. And when you ask, it's given. It's given in its vibrational fullness. And you have emotional feedback that lets you know it has been given. And if you're feeling positive emotion in the moment, then it means to you it has been given and you're up to speed with it, and the manifestation of it is soon on the hills. But if it has been given, and it has, and you're feeling negative emotion about it, that means it has been given, but you are for now, based upon your pattern of thought, based upon your habit of thought, based upon the beliefs that you have worked so hard to maintain and hold. That feeling that you hold means that it's been given, but you're not letting it in. You're not letting yourself be the vibrational match to it. So negative emotion, in very clear terms, we'll give you a quotable quote here, is awareness of self-deprivation. This negative emotion that I feel right now is my indicator that I'm depriving myself of something important to me. The reason it's important is because I've become more. I have become more, and I'm depriving myself of it. Now, in complete fairness and disclosure to you, our leading edge friends, if you were not willing to expose yourself to situations where the contrast becomes vivid, you would not send those rockets, and we would not have the expansion that we all enjoy as a result of what you're carving out. So if we can just convince you that we are all in this together, and that as you explore, that the knowing what you don't want is as important a part of the process as our then knowing what you do want. And that as we work together in a team-like fashion, with you carving it out and us knowing what matters and staying true to the vibration of